This is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed human.
Welcome in, everyone, to Lively Lewis Stories.
That's right. We're back with even more awesome adventures with Levi and Ivy.
Set your storytime meter to fun and get ready to join the Lively Lewis crew.
All you need is your imagination and...
Off we go! I can't wait to see where our story takes us today.
Have you ever wanted to get more Lively Lewis in your life?
Well, we've got you covered.
Grab an adult and zoom over to livelylewisshop.com.
Or just click on the link in our show notes.
Enough about that. Let's get to today's super Lively Lewis story.
Hey friends, this is part 2 of Friendship Socks. If you haven't listened to part 1, go listen to that story and then join us back here. What's wrong, Max? You have to tell me, asked Levi. What's going on that's making you act so upset with me? Did I do something? Max just sat on the couch with his arms crossed, not answering his friend. Hearing all the yelling, Levi's mom was already walking in to check on the boys. When she heard that Max wanted to go home, she told him and Levi to come out to the living room and she would call Max's mom. I'm so sorry about all of this, said Max's mom when she returned to pick up her son. I'll talk to him about what happened and the way he was acting. When we get back home, I'm sorry, Levi. And what do you have to say, Max? I'm sorry too, I guess, said Max in a voice that Levi could barely hear. It's okay. I'm sure Max and Levi will work it out, said Levi's mom. Levi felt really bad not knowing why his friend was acting this way and wanting nothing more than to find out the reason so he could help him. It's okay, Max. Maybe we can get together tomorrow, suggested Levi. Max looked at Levi but said nothing. Then he turned around and walked outside with his mom. Levi shut the door behind him, walked into the kitchen, and sat down at the table with his grandpa. That was not okay, said Levi. Why did he treat me like that? I didn't do anything. Friends should treat each other with kindness and respect and talk things out if there's something going on that's making them upset. They shouldn't get bossy and mean. Just then, Ivy walked into the kitchen. She had on her detective outfit, and without Levi and Max knowing it, she had been listening to their whole interaction. I think I know what the problem is, said Ivy. Max is upset and isn't treating you very nicely at all. That's not exactly a surprise, said Levi. I'm trying to figure out what to do about it. Why not try to fix Max's bad mood by getting him in front of a kindness meter, suggested Ivy. What? Asked Levi, looking really confused. A kindness meter. A little something my friends and I do when one of us isn't being nice or treating other friends in the group in an unkind way, said Ivy. But the important thing to know is that the kindness meter, is actually not a meter at all. Levi rolled his eyes, not thinking Ivy's advice was going to help at all, but was already too far into the conversation to back out now. A kindness meter is actually the way my friends and I measure how nice someone is being, said Ivy. If we feel like one of our friends in the group isn't being nice, we talk about all the things we've done and rate them on the kindness meter. If they get a low score from the group, it means that we all agree that they aren't asking nicely and we have to sit down and work it out before we do anything else. Then after we talk, we always feel better, and their score on the kindness meter goes back up. Levi thanked Ivy for her suggestion. It wasn't a bad way to solve a problem in a group of friends when one person was being unkind, but Levi didn't need Ivy's kindness meter to show that Max's score would be really low. Levi was already on step 2, talking it out. But he didn't know how to do that because it seemed that Max didn't want to talk at all. Was it worth trying to work it out, or did this mean that Levi and Max's friendship was over? Levi didn't understand why Max would act the way he did and questioned how they would move forward. Your idea is a good one, Ivy, thank you. But can Grandpa talk to Levi for a bit? Asked Levi's mom. He and Grandma always gave me really good advice when I was your age and needed help solving a problem with a friend. Sure, Mom, said Ivy. I hope it all works out, Levi. Max is a really good friend. Maybe he was just having a bad day. Ivy and her mom walked out of the kitchen, leaving Levi and his grandpa there to talk. Levi's grandpa smiled and turned his attention to Levi, who he knew was feeling confused and upset and had a lot he was thinking about. I just don't understand why Max was acting that way, said Levi. What did I do to him? Sometimes it's not you, said Levi's grandpa. It could be that Max is going through something and it's bigger than race car games and play dates. But I asked him what was wrong and he didn't say a thing, said Levi. I thought we were best friends. He knows he can tell me anything and I'm always here to help him. But after how he acted today, I don't know if we can be friends anymore. He just seems so mad at me for no reason at all. I don't know why Max was so upset today, but I do know that he's still your friend, said Levi's grandpa. Let me tell you a little story that my grandpa told me when I was having trouble with one of my best friends when I was your age. Then Levi's grandpa went on to teach his grandson a lesson he'll never forget. He told Levi that friendships are like socks. Socks, Grandpa? Levi laughed. What are you talking about? Just hear me out, said Levi's grandpa. I know it sounds silly, but it will all make sense at the end of our story. Levi's grandpa went on telling his grandson that socks are a very important part of any outfit. They warm and comfort your feet, which are working hard running and walking around all day. Socks are dependable and will stay right by your side. Or, I guess, right on your foot to be more specific. Warming your feet throughout long days, playing in the snow, or keeping your feet comfy during a long basketball tournament. Then he went on to say friends are like that too. They support you, stand by your side, and help you out when you need it. Socks work hard, like we all have to do sometimes to keep our friendship together, but socks can also be silly. And those are my favorite kind of socks. Socks you can have fun with, just like all the fun I bet you and Max have together, said Grandpa. Like my favorite pair of silly socks that have those golfing frogs on them. They always make me smile, no matter what. Just like a good friend. Levi nodded along, starting to understand what his grandpa was saying. But sometimes your favorite socks can get holes in them, said Grandpa. They seem like they're pulling away from you, that your relationship is falling apart at the seams. But that's simply not true. Those holes are right there from all the time you spent together. All the good times and the bad times. Right now, you and Max have a little hole in your friendship. Levi listened closely, waiting to hear what his grandpa would say next. What do you think I did when my favorite socks with the golfing frogs in them got a little hole? Asked Levi's grandpa. Well, I certainly didn't throw them out and call it quits. Those socks have been with me for a long time, and we still had lots of fun times ahead of us. So I mended them. And with a little thread to sew up that hole, they're good as new now. Do you understand what I'm saying, Levi? That any friendship, especially your favorite friendship, is worth working on to fix the little hole and move on to better times together. You got it, kiddo, exclaimed Levi's grandpa as he hugged his grandson. Now, I think you have a little sewing to do with Max. Am I right? Levi smiled, hugged his grandpa, and then asked his mom if he could go over and see Max. Levi's mom called over to Max's house to see if that would be a good idea. Max's mom said yes, so Levi walked over. Once he got there, he sat down with Max in his backyard and asked him to please tell him what was making him upset. At first, Max didn't want to talk. Levi knew if his friend didn't want to try and make the situation better by talking it out, that nothing was going to change. Please let me know if it's something I did, Levi said. That way I know to never do it again, because I never want to make you upset. You're my best pair of socks. My best friend. The line about the pair of socks made Max smile, and then he looked over at Levi. You'll have to explain to me someday how I'm a pair of socks, but for now I just want to say, I'm sorry, said Max. You're a really good friend, Levi, the best. And I know that because even after the way I treated you this morning, you still wanted to come over here and try to work things out. Of course I did, Max. I wanted to make sure we were okay, said Levi. I don't want to lose you as my best friend, but I need you to know that I'm not okay with the way you treated me or my new racetrack game this morning. It was really unkind and disrespectful. I care about you, Max, but I care about myself too, and I don't want to be treated badly when I'm being a good friend. Max felt bad for making Levi feel bad. He knew at that moment that it was his turn to say something to make the situation better. That's when he told Levi what had made him so upset. Last night, I found out I didn't make the travel soccer team, said Max, looking down at the ground. I've been feeling really bad about it ever since I heard. I thought going to your house would make me feel better, but when I got there, I still felt bad. You looked so happy it made me mad, jealous, and upset with myself that I couldn't be excited to hang out with you. Levi felt so bad for his friend, but he didn't say a word. He just listened so Max could get it all out. Then when I saw the racetrack game, it felt like you got something really cool that you've always wanted and I didn't get anything, said Max, looking like he was going to cry. I just wanted to make that team more than anything. I'm sorry I took out my negative feelings on you. Wow, Max, I'm really sorry you didn't make the team, said Levi. And that made you so upset. How about if we practice together before the next travel season starts and I can try out for the team with you? That would be awesome, said Max. Thanks for being a great friend. Or, I guess, a great pair of socks. Levi and Max both laughed and decided they would give their playdate another try. Max's mom was so grateful for Levi's friendship and was so impressed with the way Levi handled the situation. She walked them back over to Levi's house, and they spent the rest of the afternoon laughing, joking, and playing with Levi's Royal Rally race car racetrack. But when they first got back, before they started racing, Levi stopped his grandpa in the living room and said goodbye before he left. Thanks again for talking with me, Grandpa, said Levi. It was great advice. Max and I are all good again because he finally explained to me why he was feeling so upset when he was over here earlier. I'm really glad to hear that, Levi, said Levi's grandpa with a big smile. Levi smiled back at his grandpa as he walked out the door, knowing the importance of great friends and a great pair of socks. Thanks for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed the story and learned a little something too.
And since we know everyone has their own story, we'd love to hear yours.
If you have an idea for a Lively Lewis story, leave a comment on our Apple Podcast review page with 5 stars, your idea, and your little one's name.
Then maybe our next adventure will be with you.
Until our next Storytime Hangout.
Thanks for listening. We can't wait to share another fun Lively Lewis story with you.
This is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed human.